The Pittsburgh Steelers have made several significant roster moves ahead of one of the most important games of their season against the Indianapolis Colts. The team currently sits at 4-3 and holds a narrow lead in the division, but with the Ravens close behind and plenty of uncertainty surrounding their defense, these latest updates carry major implications. Pittsburgh has officially activated linebacker Malik Harrison from injured reserve, giving their defense a much-needed boost in depth. Harrison, who has logged 176 tackles and 2 sacks across 77 career games, brings veteran experience to a linebacker room that includes Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, Cole Holcomb, and rookie Carson Bruner. While he may not start, simply having another experienced player available provides much-needed reinforcement for a defense that has struggled to stay healthy. Additionally, Will Howard and Corey Trice Jr. have both had their practice windows opened, signaling possible returns in the near future. Howard, who returned to full practice last Wednesday, appears especially close to being game-ready. However, the Steelers' biggest concern heading into this matchup is the state of their secondary. Safety Chuck Clark has been downgraded to out, joining Jabrill Peppers and DeShon Elliott on the injury list. This leaves Pittsburgh with only 2 healthy safeties, Kyle Dugger and Juan Thornhill. Dugger, recently acquired from the New England Patriots, has had just 2 practices in Mike Tomlin's system, but is expected to start at strong safety against the NFL's top-ranked offense in the Colts. It's an unenviable position for a player still learning the playbook, but the Steelers have no other choice. Thornhill, who has seen limited action this season, will be thrown into a full-time role as well. To fill gaps, the team might elevate Derek Forrest or Jack Henderson from the practice squad, and even Jalen Ramsey could see some snaps at safety if necessary. This shortage of depth couldn't come at a worse time, especially against an offense led by Daniel Jones, who's enjoying one of his best statistical seasons. Meanwhile, T.J. Watt, the defensive leader and face of the franchise, spoke candidly about the team's recent defensive struggles. "I think there's a way of simplifying things so we can play as fast as possible, and I think we've had a good week at that," Watt said earlier this week. His comments highlight a shift in mindset for a unit that has looked disorganized in recent weeks. The defense has allowed big plays through the air and struggled to generate consistent pressure, issues that were glaring in the recent losses to the Bengals and Packers. Against Green Bay, the defense surrendered 20 straight completions to Jordan Love in the second half, a stat that underscored their communication breakdowns. Watt and the coaching staff know that if things don't improve immediately, the season could start slipping away quickly. The latest injury report paints a mixed picture. Tight end Pat Freiermuth, cornerback Darius Slay, guard Isaac Sumalo, and rookie center Zach Frazier are all expected to play, which bolsters the offense. However, Cole Holcomb, Chuck Clark, DeShon Elliott, and Corey Trice Jr. are officially out, leaving major holes on defense. Malik Harrison and Will Howard remain questionable, with Harrison now active but possibly on a limited snap count. Despite these setbacks, the offense remains relatively healthy, aside from Scotty Miller, and the team is hoping to build on Jaylen Warren's breakout performance last week against the Packers. With the trade deadline looming, this could also be the final game where Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson serve as the team's WR2 and WR3, depending on potential roster moves. In brighter news, more details have emerged about the Kyle Dugger trade. According to the NFL's official transaction wire, the Steelers received a 6th-round pick from the Patriots, originally from the Saints, while sending their own 6th-round selection in return, a net difference of roughly 20 draft spots. The swap is far more favorable than originally thought, as it gives Pittsburgh a veteran starter while barely affecting their draft position. With the 2025 NFL Draft set to be hosted in Pittsburgh, every pick carries added value, and this minor adjustment could end up paying off long-term. Ultimately, this game against the Colts could define where the Steelers' season is headed. They're facing the league's highest-scoring offense while missing several key defenders, and the pressure is on T.J. Watt and company to rediscover their rhythm. If the defense can step up and slow down Indianapolis, it could restore some confidence and momentum heading into the second half of the season. But if the same issues persist, missed assignments, poor tackling, and lack of communication, the Steelers could quickly find themselves losing ground in the AFC North race. For now, all eyes will be on Kyle Dugger's debut, Malik Harrison's return, and whether this defense can rise to the challenge when it matters most.